All right, what's up, you guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Going to be going over the price action today. I did not take any trades. Pretty textbook no trade day. Give you guys some insights into my analysis and the things I was looking for, reasons why I didn't take anything. Still have yet to take a trade on the live accounts, but just staying patient, following my rules. So let's get into it. So today we had CPI at 830. So normally data highs and data lows are really high conviction draw on liquidity, and I was keeping that in mind. So I mean, high time frame, I'm still bearish. I wanted to see this 4-hour fair value gap get respected, or the discount 4-hour fair value gap get tapped to rotate lower to unprotected London lows, as well as the external sell side liquidity. This is just like low resistance liquidity down here. And then we had London lows, which are unprotected because they didn't trade into a high time frame PD array or sweep out liquidity. So I expect this to get hit, if not today, tomorrow. But fundamentally just leaning bearish. So looking to see a manipulation higher to the 4-hour fair value gap, maybe print like an SMT to then sell off to come take, we left data lows. I don't think these are protected, while we do have an hourly low that got swept prior. That was essentially what I was looking to see. Right at open, there was a potential setup that I did fade that it looks like it did play out. We had this unfilled 15-minute fair value gap that I want to see get rebalanced to at this internal low. And we came up, we put in a 930 Judas. This is your 930 candle. Super clean, 1-minute inversion. This model is like super good mechanically, but the only problem with this is that this didn't tap into a high time frame key PD array. Like if we had like buy side liquidity over here, or this was like the 4-hour high, did something like this, this would have been A+, and I would have, obviously taken this. But this is just like a very mechanical trade, and while I think I just did say we're like fundamentally bearish, we are technically bullish because like we're respecting high time frame PD arrays, disrespecting bearish PD arrays, respecting bullish PD arrays. So I didn't take this. After that, that was like pretty much the only setup that I saw. I mean, we had this. Oh, I also did fade another setup. We had this 5-minute fair value gap here after selling off to the 15-minute. We had the 5-minute below, as well as the data lows. We did end up playing a 4-hour unfilled fair value gap, as well as London lows. So, I mean, just a ton of bearish draws. Open up this 5-minute, excuse me, my continuation model, tap into a 5-minute or 15-minute fair value gap, and then taking the highest time frame inversion. So we came up, we tapped this 5-minute. We also had an SMT at this high. And there was a 30-second inside this that I put a limit order, but I didn't get tapped in. Super clean. I thought that this candle, this second candle, was going to get the close, and I would just enter it on this candle. But this candle closed all the way down here. And like the obvious TP is here. This is where like my break even would have been. Now it would have held to data lows. Yes, could get a 2 to 2.4 with that, but I liked the limit order on the fair value gap a lot better because you can get a 1-to-1 at the internal low with that. So put the limit order, and then after we took this internal low, I just canceled it because at that point that's my break even. I wouldn't want to. I can't enter a trade past my break even point getting hit. Like that's just something in my rules. So didn't take that. If you did, I mean that was a solid setup. But from there, we just like chopped around because like we were holding this 15-minute fair value gap, but we were also holding this initial inversion. So if we came down, we opened up an hourly, as well as a 4-hour fair value gap. If I would be bearish, I'd want to see an open high low close, which it looks like that's what we're doing right now. But I want to see this right at 10 a.m. come up, manipulate the internal high that we put in around 9:30 here, as well as the 4-hour fair value gap. So if we put in like an SMT up here after like resweeping this high, or we put in SMT with this high, this this was like an SMT and there was like a highest time frame inversion, I probably would have taken that to the hourly, unfilled hourly. But we just generated low resistance liquidity up here inside this initial 930 first presented fair value gap, and then we just generated low resistance liquidity at these internal lows. So it looks like price is finally, starting to rotate lower after taking the 4-hour fair value gap. I thought that these kind of looked like equal highs here. I mean, we have relative equal highs here. This has to be an SMT. Right. Let's see. I think this is probably an SMT. Okay, so we did take these highs on ES. I mean, this was just, just pretty bad price action. Like, it looks like I'm going to end up having the correct draw on liquidity with all this low resistance liquidity. But, yeah, there was just nothing A+. Still have yet to take a trade on the live accounts this week. So, we'll see if we can get something tomorrow. But, I also saw that Top Step X was down again today. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Pretty boring stuff here, I won't lie. But this is just the reality of profitable trading. Not taking anything that isn't A+. And just being patient for the profitable steps. Because, I mean, if you don't have capital to trade because you're pissing away accounts or, just like taking bad trades in price action that you shouldn't be trading, you won't have capital to capitalize when the opportunities do come. So, didn't see anything A+, so I didn't execute, and ended up making the right decision. So, yeah, hopefully you guys took something away from this, just recognizing the conditions. If you're setting out your game plan of like something you want to see in order for that to be the first step of your trade, for me, was the high time frame manipulation of that 4-hour fair value gap, or the sweep of daily lows, the sweep of the data lows to go higher. I'm not doing anything until any of those conditions get met. So just being patient today, waiting for A+ setup that we didn't get. Yeah, still getting the draw on liquidity correct, doing everything I can. Just not seeing any setups. So that's going to be all for today. Hopefully you guys took something away from this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.